Hey guys, welcome back to Handmade by Alicia. So I am doing a carrot soap today. I recently started doing some shows at a farmer's market and they had some beautiful carrots last time I was there, so I got a couple and I cooked them down till they were soft just in distilled water, and then I pureed them. So I have a lot left over. Actually, was that a beautiful color? So this is what I have left over. I'm gonna freeze that, or I might mix it up with my dog's food and let them have some carrots tonight, because I only need 3 ounces. So that's what I have here is my little container of beautiful carrot puree. So like I said, I mixed that with distilled water on the stovetop. And I cooked it for, the way I cut them, they took about 20 minutes to cook. And I pureed them in my food processor with the water that I cooked them in. About a 1/4 cup of water or so for 2 big carrots is what it took. So that's how I did that. I'm gonna do the heat transfer method today. So I'll kind of talk about what I've got going on as I'm going. So I've got my aloe juice in here with my Tussa silk, and I will leave links in the description box below for where I get my Tussa silk. I get it from Be Scented, but I'll leave a link. My aloe juice I just get from Walmart, and then my lye comes from Essential Depot. I'm an Essential Depot member. So we'll go ahead and throw our lye in here. I'm kind of bringing you along for the process today, since this is a puree soap. And I don't think I've ever recorded one of those, so I thought I would record and let you see how I do things. So I'll get that out of the way. So I have, like I said, it's my aloe juice in here, and then some Tussa silk, and I figure it's probably about 1/4 gram. You can't measure it. It's too light to measure, so you'd have to have like a super accurate jewelry scale probably to measure the amount of Tussa silk that you use, but it's about the size of half a cotton ball for the mold that I'm using today. And I will leave a link down below to this Amazon mold that I'm using. Love this mold. They come in a 2-pack. So in my big bucket over here, I've got my hard oils. So now that the Tussa silk has been dissolved, I'll go ahead and start melting down my oils. You can see that's all dissolved there. And I don't have issues with the lye turning my aloe colors. Some people have issues with that, but I've never had an issue with it, and I don't do anything special. You saw I just kind of dump it in there. But this is the color of it. So I'll go ahead and put that into my hard oils. And I will fast forward you through this part so you don't have to see this. Okay, while that's melting, I am going to go ahead and add my puree to my liquid oils. I also have in here, I have kaolin clay, I have colloidal oatmeal, and buttermilk powder. I figured the buttermilk powder would be, you know, it'd go with like the food kind of thing that I have going on with the puree, you know. Buttermilk powder is the buttermilk is just so luscious, so I like to use it in the powdered form, if I can get my words right. And I get that from Amazon as well, and I'll leave a link down below for that. So I'm just gonna buzz this up. All right, and we'll keep waiting on this to melt. There are a couple of, I wanted to mention too, there are a couple of ways that you can add your carrot puree, or any fruit puree really. I've done a pumpkin soap before, and you can either add it to your liquid oils like I just did, or you can add it at trace to your soap batter, like you would, you know, a super fat or any other additives. Or you can mix it with your water beforehand, before you add your lye, and then do it that way. But I just like mixing it in with the oils because I feel like I can get it blended better that way. So I've got everything melted in here, so we'll go ahead and add my liquid oils with my puree and other additives in it. And I want to scrape this container out really well. Get all that goodness out of there. Okay, so I'm just going to hand stir that for a second and then dump my fragrance in. I am using a bee scented fragrance today. It is the Vanilla Woods dupe. It's like sandalwood and vanilla, I think is what she calls it on the website. It smells absolutely divine. It's nice and warm. So I'm going to give this a stick blend real quick. And I'm just going to try to get this up to a thin to medium trace before I pour it. This is taking a long time to get to trace. So I'm just going to keep blending. I'll fast forward you through all this part. Okay, we're starting to thicken up a little bit now. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a pour. And like I said, I will leave a link down below to this mold. It comes in a 2-pack and it's a really good deal. And it's a great mold. It gives a really good bar size. This smells wonderful, and the color turned out beautiful. I'm making a mess. And once this thickens up a little bit, I'll give it some texture on the top. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a little bit of texture. And since I forgot to add the sodium lactate, I want to make sure that this is going to gel completely. So I'm going to put it on a heating pad, but I'm going to watch it very closely because carrot and any fruit puree or any kind of puree really is going to have a lot of added sugar in it. So you have to really watch the heat and make sure that it's not going to overheat. So I will be keeping a close eye on it. And I just want these to be kind of soft peaks. I don't want them so high. So there is the newly made carrot and buttermilk. It's buttermilk, carrot, and aloe is what I'm going to call it. So stay tuned for the unmolding and cut. Alright guys, so we're back to cut it. This has been 24 hours, and I mentioned yesterday I forgot the sodium lactate, but this feels pretty hard still, so it should come out fine. It did gel, and I do have a little crack. I don't know if you can see it right here. There's a little crack, but it's not that noticeable. I think it'll be fine.
Wow.
That came out beautifully. It is solid. That color is wonderful. Now this fragrance has a little vanilla in it, so it may discolor some, but that is a wonderful color. I'm going to take my little sample pieces off the edge. That is hard. Look at that beautiful color. You can see just along the edges how it's a little bit darker right along the edges. So that'll be the color that the soap will turn. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up or not.
Is it because of the vanilla?
Yeah.
She is joined by the husband, by the way.
Yes, the husband is here.
Hi.
So.
Oh.
Pretty.
Let me see. Holy crap. A little sticky, but I mean, it's inside, right?
So there's that crack, is where that crack is starting. All right, last cut. So there are my carrot soaps. They came out absolutely beautifully. The color is wonderful. So I will post some pictures after I get these cleaned up. Thanks for watching.